Hey, what's up? What's up, my truth tellers? How are you guys doing? Hope you all can hear me real good in here. Yes, indeed. Guys, I hope you all are having a great day. I mean, mine was great yesterday. I mean, I was like a kid in Wonderland. So, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Yes, truth tellers in here. Yes, we stand on our truth, which, guys, look, I'm going to go ahead and do a little shifting. Well, try to change up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe when it comes to love and marriage in Huntsville, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out because I've been prophesying on a lot of stuff and all this stuff right here. Most of it had came to pass. Okay, like I said, I hate to keep saying that word. I told you so. So let me go ahead and load this music down before I get into all the good stuff. And I'm gonna try. Make sure you go ahead and visit my community tab because I'm going to go ahead and switch up some stuff. I went ahead and I did a little, put a little tally, asking you guys, for your opinion, when it comes to, this channel, uh, doing something different because, as you can see right here, man, it's just so much stuff is going on out there in the real world, and we don't want to be left behind. So I'm trying to see how I can go ahead and balance it all out where maybe talk about the love and marriage in Huntsville until I just get completely out of this right here because this pretty much like I said there and say I've been calling all this right here from day one, and it got some real life stuff that is going on out there, and I've been telling you guys, don't take it strange, don't think all the stuff that you're seeing right now out there, don't look at it as strange. All this stuff right here, it always, it was already here and it was always prophesied. It's just that, we so busy dipping and dabbing in things of this world while these people are working overtime on us. And now we seen the minute when this man get in this seat, this man, I mean, he's signing executive orders back to back, but I'm not going to talk about it on this channel right here. I'm gonna go ahead and set up another live so we can go ahead and talk about all that, right? What I really want to go ahead and talk about. I see Jacqueline is in the house. Jacqueline Moe, she says, "Good afternoon, happy Wednesday. Praying all is well with everyone." Thank you very much. Also, Universal T, yes, with Marie, she is in the house. She says, "Hey, Milko, mods and chat." Please tap that button. Thank you very much. And also, guys, make sure you go ahead and check out University. Make sure you go ahead and check her out, guys. Yes, indeed, guys. I hope you guys had a glorious time. Man, mine was yesterday. I mean, these people down here in the deep south, if you guys are from the deep south and you're not used to no snow, I mean, they was like big old huge babies, big old huge kids. I mean, it was just like, oh my God, I got so many pictures, so much stuff that I mean, people was riding on the street in a swamp boat, a swamp boat. I think you guys know what a swamp boat is. Some of you guys might know, where it's like a fan on the back. I mean, people was on their tractors or whatever they was on, and a Grinch was just skiing on the road. I mean, these people was a plum fool down here. I promise you guys, it was a plum fool. My God, but I mean, I just enjoyed every minute of it. It's out there now. It's kind of melting, but we don't get snow very often. I think they sit there and say it was like 20 years ago, but it was not this heavy. This time it was really, really heavy, and we enjoyed every bit of it. We just wish that they would have went ahead, for Christmas. But like I said, all is good. I see Stylist Jill is talking. Stylist Jill is talking, is in the house. She says, "Good afternoon, everyone." Guys, yes, make sure you go ahead also and check out Stylist Jill is talking. Check out their channels as well. Okay. And also we can't forget our girl Misbehaving. So make sure you go ahead and check her out as well. Okay. So guys, with all that good stuff, let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer, because I hate to keep sitting there saying, "I told you so." I hate to keep saying, "I told you so." All this stuff that is happening right now, I told you guys. All this stuff right here, these people, they just playing with us. These people is all about the bags. How many times I told you guys that? How many times? I need to go ahead each time when something happened, a new scene come on this show. I'm gonna make sure that I pull one of my old clips up so I can, show you guys that all this stuff I already had talked about it. I talked about all this stuff right here, especially when it comes to Melody and Martell. Melody and Martell, they know exactly what they are doing to go ahead, just like I told you guys from day one, grab those bags. Okay, that's all it's about. So I'm gonna go ahead and break it down, like I said all the time, break it down where even a child can understand. So let me go ahead and do this copyright disclaimer, making sure that I can see it. Copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Okay, so let me go ahead and move my little bowl. I see my little bowl right here. I was just doing a little taste test. I made some chili today. Last week, not last week, a couple of days, I made some gumbo for my son. Yes, found out that my baby boy, he about to have a little girl, and it's going to be like, oh my God, 7 girls. So, yes, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And like I said, in here is real talk, okay? Unapologetic and non-biased. I stand on my truth. My truth may not be your truth, but somewhere lies the truth, okay? And also, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Cecilia. I hope, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to her for her cash app for blessing. And I pray that the blessings, pray that it falls on good ground, unlimited, shaking together and running over. Thank you very much. Thank you for your cash app. And also, I went ahead and put my cash app again, Real Talk 985. So you're not obligated, but if you feel that, it's something in here that you like, go ahead and Cash out Real Talk 985, and you are not obligated, but it is appreciated. But make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Okay. So, with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into all this right here because it haven't showed yet. I think it's going to be next week. They all at Nell and Chris Fletcher's vow renewal. So that's where they all at. And as you can see right here, I'm going to show a little small snippet of what I saw that maybe they're going to go ahead and air it next week. But as you can see right here, when it comes to Mel and Martell, like I said, I am sick of it. I am so, so sick of it. To me, it's like beating an old dirty dish rag. That's how I see it. It's time for these people, it's time for them to move on. But like I said, when it comes to money, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And I already had told you guys from day one, it was fakery. It was all this stuff was built off of a freaking lie. All of it was built off a freaking lie. These people know good and well that their marriage was already toxic. They know that most likely they was just good business partners, as you can see right here. And like I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't know these people, but like I said, just look at it, and to me, all this right here is for entertainment purposes only. To me, when I look at it, what came to mind, as you can see right here, when I saw Marsau, when Marsau had came out on Instagram, when he was talking about all these fake scripts and these people acting and lazy production team. This is right here. This is what he calling right now, lazy production team. Lazy production team. Melody and Martell, they gonna always try to make it all about themselves. And the reason why, because they felt like, this is their show. They felt like if it wasn't for them, nobody would, even had the opportunity to come on this reality show, pretty much, that's how I see that they thinking. So, at the end of the day, those two, whether they like each other or not, they going to work together. They did it before the cameras was on them, and they're going to do it after because it's all about the money. It's all about the money. And I told you guys, let me go ahead and do a mic check because I don't want to. Let me make sure I do a mic check, guys. But I told you from day one, I said all this stuff was script. And you know that when Marcel had came out and said that most of this stuff was, lazy production team and also a script. Usually, when they say something like that, producers, especially when it comes to Call is King, he gets very upset. Look how he treated Martell. He treated Martell like Martell stole something from him. When Martell was saying, I thought we was acting, and all this other stuff. But now all of a sudden, now they all telling on each other. But this right here, this is acting, and we putting ourselves all into this stuff, and they feeding it to us. Long as we are right there on the soapbox, as College King was saying, on a Saturday, not going outside and touching grass. These people gonna continue giving it to us. But the sad part about it is that these people also using the court system, playing with the court system. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? I told you that these people are playing with the court system. I told you when it comes to Martell and Melody, all you guys was talking about, this RV or this DV and all this other stuff, this RP and, whatever. I say, don't even take it with a grain of salt. Didn't I say that? Because what they are doing is they pulling any and everything out, just like Marshall said, anything that's going to go ahead and stick, anything that's going to keep them relevant, keep them talking. But I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to see if I can go ahead and find the clip where when, they say Carlos King went down there to have a pep talk. And I'm pretty sure that, just like I had told you guys that most likely Carlos King, and all of them, the core six, not just Melody and Martell, because it's not Melody and Martell's show, because they are not cutting those checks. Most likely told Melody, hey, you're not going to sit there and wiggle your way out of every scene every time when you feel like you don't want to film, you wants to go ahead and bow out gratefully. No, it's not like that, because this is our job. If we have to show up, then Melody gonna have to show up. Melody, just because she felt like, oh, she wants scenes by herself, because we already saw a couple of weeks. We saw a couple of weeks. You remember at Destiny's event, Melody didn't show up. Even Martell. What Martell say? Melody should have been there, which Melody should have been there. But Melody, she wanted her moment all by herself. She wanted to go through each cast to ask them what was going on, and each time when you see her, each scene, she was getting paid. She was getting paid. And most likely, they probably say, no, it's not going to be like that. Either we filmed all together or somebody got to go. Now, guys, when I tell you something, you could take it to the bank. Whenever I ever told you something that did not ever came to pass, like I said, even child can figure this out. But I understand. I understand now when it comes to Marsau, which I don't understand the part why he wanted to go ahead and spare Melody. Now, that's the part I don't understand. That's why I wish, Tisha hurry up and get a channel together, because I still want to understand, why you guys was riding so hard for Melody to be in alliance with Melody and go ahead and exit out Martell. Maybe, because Martell, he may have knew where all the bodies were. I don't know, because, they hung out together, they grew up together, went to school and all this other good stuff. Melody was grafted into that friendship. And we already know when it comes to Maurice had said, that pretty much Melody, she came on, because of Martell, the one that had opened the doors for every last one of them to come on this show right here. So pretty much, it's going to be a hell of a fight. But if you can't beat them, the best thing to do is what? To join them. So let's go ahead and let's play some of the this clip. I want to go ahead and comb through. I think this is going to be next week. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you this right here, because to me, I found that it was very creepy. Yes, I did found that it was very creepy. And the reason why is because the way that they edited it, they edited it as if, Martell, it's like he just can't get over, Melody, as if he's, it just seems weird. Okay. And we already know this is all a show. This is all what you call editing right here. So let me go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer again. It's under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. So guys, again, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. So let me go ahead and I see that I got 20 people in the house, only 9 likes. Come on, guys, and hit that like button, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. Like I said, if it's something that I don't like, I promise you, I won't even click on that channel. So if you are here, it's because it's something that you want to hear, and that's real talk. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this right here.
See them come down the aisle, and by not having that alliance being right there together, I think about that often. It's gonna make you a little emotional when you see them come down the aisle and all the love that you see 30 years in. You're right, man. Yeah.
And to me, by Maurice, talking about that, it just brings up memories. It brings up old wounds. I think that, it was the wrong time. I think that it's time for these people to let it go. Melody and Martell been divorced for almost 5 years, 5 or 6 years. They've been divorced, and most likely, they've been, separated for more than that. But it's time to let this go. Like I said, all this right here, to me, it's like beating an old dead horse, wringing an old dirty dish rag. It's time to let it go. It's time to move on. If Martell said that, he's with Ariane, then whoever you with, then that's what we want to see. I don't care what these naysayers are saying because, like I said, chicken tongue will say anything. We all, as my girl Misbehaving would say, we all messy. We all love drama. So you might as well go ahead and give the people what they want. And the first thing they might say, they say, "Oh, I don't want to see all this stuff. I don't want to see Eric." Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because the minute when this girl click on her IG or wherever she's at, you guys sitting already. Sitting already. Like I said, all most of this stuff is just a test, just to see how you guys gonna react. But I'm sick and tired of when it comes to Martell and Melody. I don't want to see it anymore. That's it. It's time for these people to go their separate lives. If they're gonna continue filming on this show, then you know, we don't want to hear Melody going all up to different casts like she did Tisha. Not Tisha, Keisha. She didn't even know Tisha. She made herself to know Tisha. And why are the other cast members, why are they going and giving Melody information about something that, you know, she's supposed to be over with? It's like children. That's why it's time for us to elevate. I understand exactly, guys, what you guys are telling me, but you're also going to have to support me. You have to share these videos. You sit there and say, oh, it's time for us to elevate. It's time for us to move on. These shows are toxic. But we also got to support each other. We have to support each other. Yes, these shows, like I said, it's nothing, no growth, no elevation, no nothing. All is just like a leech. It's like it'll drain the life out of you if you allow it to. But it's time for these people to go ahead and move on. All this stuff right here, these people are acting, guys. These people are entertaining us. But the thing about it is that they make it so personal. They make it so personal when they play with the court system. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong when you play with the court system. So let's go ahead and play some more.
It's tough. You're right. Yeah. Damn.
And just look at it. This is so weird. This is so weird. And just like what Maurice was saying, Marsau was saying, this is what you call lazy production. Because I don't know who are the ones that's behind the scene, whoever they are. Call us king. I know you sit there and say, you know, when it comes to your production team, they A plus. No, they are not A plus. Get rid of these people. It's time to revamp. It's time to rebrand. Get rid of the old and put in the new. Because if you're sitting there saying you want to go ahead and you want to rebrand, you cannot take this old wineskin and put it into this new wine. Whoever are the ones that's producing this show is exactly what Maurice said. Not Maurice, Marsau said. Lazy production. Because this right here, this could have stayed on the cutting room floor. Why they had to have Melody and Martell right side by side. Now, I don't know if they edited the scene like that. I don't know. But still of all, the way that they are playing it, it's like, you know, he's reminiscing over the past and she's, you know, all in the business worrying about who he's with 20 years ago. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Wake up. It's time for this to stop right here. This is ridiculous. I don't even know why I continue talking about this. This is ridiculous. It's time for these people. I hope if they are out there filming right now, I just hope that these people, they doing something that is different now. I just hope.
Mel and I not having any interaction, not even speaking, that always bothers me. When we got married, I never would have thought that we would be in this space at a place like this.
And it's like regurgitate no news. They still talking about after almost 8 seasons, guys. 8th freaking season. Still talking about this because, like I said, they're going to continue beating this dead horse until somebody sit there and say, nah, bruh. It's time to go ahead and stop with all this fakery. It's time for all this foolery. It's time to go ahead and stop. This is what I call ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's time for these people to move on because we know that it's fake. This is freaking fake. Now they coming together for the first time in how long? And sitting side by side. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Like I said, if they need someone to go ahead and write the script, hey, get me, call us king. Half of the talking points, half of the stuff that I be saying, y'all go ahead and use it anyway. So you might as well go ahead and call me. Because this right here is what I call fakery. Faking it until they make it. It's all about the bags, which you already know. They talked about it before. Oh, let's go ahead and grab these bags. It's time to move on. If Melody got someone, then, bring on what you're working with. If it's time for Melody to leave, then leave. Because this right here, guys, this is what I call a wonk, wonk, wonk. This is what I call an epic failure right here. And the sad thing about it is that when they play with the court system, and if I'm not mistaken, they go to court next month. Now, if the judge told them, that, hey, they have to sit there and stay away from each other. But like I say, most of all this stuff right here is because people feeding it to keep this stuff going on. I already told you, they are not going to court. And I'm going to say a legend because I don't know these people from can of paint for RPDV or whatever. These people are going because they need to have the white man to show them how to parent their own children because they don't know how to co-parent their own children, okay? So that's all that's about. And most of this stuff because they needed a storyline. Because the minute when Martell got arrested, the first time when they opened up the new season, they showed what? They showed Martell getting arrested, right? So guys, give me a second.
Being renewed. If anything, I would have thought that would have been us. It's tough.
Guys, this is so ridiculous. Come on now. You know good and well this is ridiculous. These people have moved on. But they all about them bags. That's all it's about. All about these bags. Nothing else. Let me get out and see if I can play something else.
And I was like, let me get the kids some treats. And I like popcorn, and this spot is definitely.
So let's go ahead and talk about this right here because I still got time. I didn't know that I did all that in 30 minutes. But like I said there and say, this stuff is starting to, it's not making no sense, and I'm pretty sure that if they keep going to the court system with this, I don't know who, allowing them to bring all this stuff. But if I was the judge, they ever come in front of me again, I know they're not going to play all that mess down here, down south. You keep going and running to the court system, honey, both of y'all going to jail. And if they go back to court for stupid stuff like this, the judge should say, look, the next time I ever see you two together, y'all all going to jail. Y'all all going to be arrested. That's exactly how it should be. Hey, Yanita. Yanita says, holla, Lady D and chat. How are you guys doing? Guys, thank you for coming in and speaking to your girl. Real talk. Yes, unapologetic real talk. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. I also want to play this right here. Let's comb through this right here because I still have some time. And like I said, all this right here, making sure that I put my copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And all this right here, this is my opinion, okay? Unapologetic and non-biased. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a little bit more of this right here. As you can see, this scene right here, I think I had stopped on this part right here the other day when they had showed it this week when it came to Melody and Chris Fletcher. They had met at a little popcorn factory. I think it was all black. Shout out to that. You know, I have to give Melody the props for that, you know, because this was all black popcorn shop that she was at. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out for that, because we have to learn to support black businesses. You know how it is, especially when we seeing right now with the DEI, all this stuff that is going on with Trump signing all these executive orders. You know, I told you all this stuff was going to come. My motto: if I don't own it, I don't want it. So don't complain. You know, we spending all our money on our back, our entire investment on our back. And the minute when these people do something that is not going to benefit us, then we want to sit there and think that the whole world is falling apart. I told you all. What did I tell you guys? Sit there and store up. You know, I told you guys to store up. Okay. So give me a second. Let me go ahead and play this right here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We don't need the popcorn for all this tea I've been getting.
Really?
Yeah, I've been getting tea. I had a little lunch with Kimmy recently.
Okay.
And apparently there was an open house, and at this open house, it was stated that you connected Martell and Trish in 2020.
Okay, that's a lot.
Let's stop it right here. Like I say, this is childish. This is high schoolish. Who wants to hear that? Why is Melody bothered about that? Why is this right here on our television? Why? Why? Tell me why. Why is she so bothered when she said she don't want to know anything about what Martell is doing? Why? Because they need a storyline, just like Marsau said. These people, they run this show just like they run their real life, faking it until they making it, trying to find out what's going to stick. That's all it is. Trying to find out what's going to stick. This does not make no sense. This is what you call bad acting. I wouldn't even give them a D list. This is a F list. This is, if I would be cursing right now, I would tell you exactly what kind of list this is. Okay? This is horrible. Very horrible. I mean, they act just like they sing, guys. And the thing about it is that they're trying to drag the Fletchers in all this. Mark my words. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Now what they're trying to do is they done went through everybody's marriage. They can't go through Marsau and Tisha's marriage anymore because they rode that like an old wild horse until they couldn't ride it no more. Now they're trying to go through Nell and Chris because Melody trying to come out with a storyline. Mark my words. Melody trying to come out with a storyline to say that Martell came to her and said, you know, about what she had, how to be a good cheater. So she's gonna come out and say that Chris was the one that told Martell. You see, I told you guys. Hey, checking your boot. Checking your boot. Say, what's up, chat? And unapologetic real talk. Thank you for coming in, checking your boot. But like I said there and say, this does not make no sense, guys. It's time for us to sit there and demand these people to stop sitting there wasting our time. But then again, we can turn it anyway, you know. But what about the ones that think that this is real? This is not real. These people are sitting there cashing these checks, okay? And they don't care what they pull out, okay? Because it doesn't make no sense. Now they're trying to drag in Nell and Chris because she wants to now put the dots together that the reason why her marriage was failing is because Chris gave them the bad advice. And then when Nell said that Melody was her mentor, she trying to make sure she have a storyline. These people wasn't mentoring me. How could they mentor me all the while your husband was telling my husband how to be a better cheater? Make it make sense, guys. Like I told you, in here is unapologetic and real talk. So let's go ahead and play some more.
I haven't connected anybody. I've never tried to hook up Martell with anyone. And what they are referencing, and we got straight that day, was I was in the gym working out. Martell called me while I was in the gym. And he questioned me, was any females in there? I said, there's always females in the gym. I said, hell, one just walked past me. What's she?
And like I said, Melody no good and well, she was not even with no Martell. Because I don't think that Chris would have gave Martell that type of information if Melody and Martell was together. It's just that Melody needs a storyline. Melody needs a storyline because nobody wants to film with her. She done sat there, who else she can film with. Let me know right now on that show who can Melody film with. And the ones that she brought on the show, they was going through issues themselves. Lord, rest in peace. When it comes to Kiki, now if she want to have a storyline, let's talk about Kiki. But see, they ain't gonna touch that. Why did she bring Kiki in the back door to go after her cousin? See, they ain't gonna touch stuff like that. They're not gonna touch stuff like that. Now, I may not pronounce your name right, but thank you very much. Obvious. OBVUST says, speak the truth, Lady D. I love it here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like I said, in here is critical thinkers. Not too many people, they wants to hear the truth. A lot of people, they want people to tickle their ears. But like I say, I don't know these people. So I'm going to stand on my truth. My truth may not be your truth, but somewhere lies the truth. But still of all, like I said, it's time for these people to put up or shut up. We sick of this. We sick of this regurgitating all this old stuff. Like I said, if Melody is the EP, then be the EP. Some people is not made to be in front of the television. Look at Shawnee O'Neal. Shawnee O'Neal, she wanted to be on the show and she wanted to wear the hat. But you got to pick a hat, pick a side. You can't juggle both. Either you going to be the EP or you wants to be on this show. But Melody does not. And I'm going to say it again. Melody does not have a storyline outside of Martell. And that's why she kept beating it until she couldn't beat it no more. And that's why you saw her trolls was tearing down people channels, stalking and harassing and doxing because they didn't want you to talk like that. They wanted you to continue lifting up Melody. Long as Melody was beating at dead hearts, long as we were sitting there sobbing and crying and with the tissue with Melody, they liked it that because it was putting money in Melody's pocket. But somebody had to say enough is enough. Someone had to say enough is enough. Also, Checking Booth says fair use copyright disclaimer. Yes, under section 107. Yes, for comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Also, I see my girls in the house, country girl queen, and she says good afternoon, unapologetic real talk and true tellers. Thank you for coming in, guys. Thank you very, very much. But like I said, guys, this is real talk. We're gonna call it like we see it, and this is how I see it. Now, like I say, I stand for corrections. I'm not going to tell you no lie. I stand for corrections. I'm not going to say that I have it all together. But if you over something after 8 freaking years, you done got the man arrested. Why are you going around worrying about who he's with? But one thing when it comes to Tisha might can't open, not Tisha, Trisha. Trisha might not can't open her mouth wide because sometimes I be saying, Trisha, open your mouth, get it out. Found out, she's not slow because she's engineering at NASA, so she got to be very smart. But the thing about it is now I understand why Trisha rolls the way that she rolls, because the girl is confused. What's going on? Y'all want me to help y'all to fake this storyline? And that's how everybody gets messed up, because they all sit there and they jump on this bandwagon with Melody, and Melody ends up ruining everybody. Nobody can tell their story because it's all about Melody. And I'm pretty sure when it comes to this couple right here, when it comes to Chris and Nell got a storyline. Yes. Chris and Nell Fletcher, they have a storyline. Now, they renewing their vows, that could have stayed on the cutting room floor. Going to the grave site, that could have stayed on the cutting room floor. But they have a storyline. They could have talk about all the issues that they have in their own household. Even when it comes to Chris Fletcher's daughter. They have a storyline, but we will never know until they say, okay, Melody, you're going to have to sit there. You're going to have to work with what you got. This is the core 6. It's time for us to sit there and tell our own story. Been 8 seasons. We don't even know anything too much when it comes to the Scotts. Unless it's involving the Holtz. Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. Checking Boo say, I am holding all cast members for their choices thus far. They chose to make Martell and his ex the storyline to stay away from their skeletons. They enjoyed laughing at the host woes. And you are absolutely right. And that's why I sit there and say, put up a shut up. If they are not going to tell their story, then they might as well wrap it up. They might as well wrap it up if they're not going to tell their story, because nobody wants to know anything about Melody and Martell. And the sad thing about it, when it comes to all that right there, Checking Boo, yes, that may be true, but the only one really getting paid is going to be the host, because each time when they come on television, each scene, they gets paid by each scene. So all they are doing is putting money in Melody's pockets. It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't pay for them. Like I said, it's like Beyonce and the backup singers, Diana Ross and the backup singers, Make it make sense. Hold on one second. I had a call. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense at all. Chekibu says, I said from the beginning, the Fletchers can have their own show because they are interesting and can carry their own weight. Absolutely. The very first day, the very first time when I saw the Fletchers, especially when Nell's stepdaughter came out and said what she said, I'm going to start playing all those clips. When I come on, I'm going to play all those clips because like I said, I called it. If I would have got paid for every time when I called the stuff that they trying to throw at us right now, I would be rich. Okay? So let's go ahead and play some more.
Look like. I told him what she looked like. I knew her last name. I didn't know her first name. I knew her last name was Ritas at that time. He took the time to go from me telling him what she looked like and her last name and looked her up on Instagram and sent me a picture a screenshot that said, "Is this her?"
And that is fake, guys. Don't believe that. That's just fake. That's just a part of their storyline. That is so fake. Because even you can see it all in Trisha's face. It's fake. She don't know what to do. She don't know what to do because it's supposed to be about her husband, Ken. It's supposed to be about her husband, Ken and Ariane. And now I don't know how everything is just messed up. Where now they just got to go ahead and just work with what they have right now. But the story line had supposed to be about about Martell and Ariane and Ken and Trisha. Because Ken is where from? Ken is from Dayton, Ohio. Okay? That's what it's pretty much was supposed to be about. But I don't know if, they all made some type of, suggestion, came to the board and, wanted to scrap it or, put it on hold. But that's what it was supposed to be about. And that's why it seems so fakery, because they want to make sure that Melody, she gets a spot. But like I said, ain't nobody's going to continue filming around Melody. And that's real talk. Chicken Boo said I deliberately misspelled coat teller because that's what the Scots, especially Marsau, have done since season 1, rehashing Martell cheating and hating on male celebrity. Now they are mimicking. Like I said, and I'm going to say it again, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. We can talk about Melody, Martell, Tisha, and all these people rehashing. It's time to move on. It's time for us to move on. I don't want to see another season talking about Melody and Martell. If Tisha and Marsau and the Scots doing something, building, trying to get the comeback group together, then show us that. Show us that.
And I said,
so let's go ahead and get out of this right here. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull another one because I am tired of it. I'm not going to tell you no lie. I am tired of it, guys. This is it. It's time for us to move on. Let me see if I can pull another one out. This is like beating an old dead horse. We don't want to know anything about these people. All these fake storylines. It's time for these people to either, if you want to rehash anything, rehash all the stuff that you guys wants to sweep under the rug when it comes to Kiki. I want to know if they're going to talk about that. Let's talk about that. See, nobody don't want to talk about that scene. They want to sweep all that right there under the rug. But let's talk about some real stuff that is going on. I know I had another one. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Because that was, I don't know if it's this one. Let me see if it's this one right here.
Really left unhappy.
Really? Okay.
I shut down. I did. And I wanted to call you, and every time I got ready to pick the phone.
And I want to let me stop it right here. When it comes to Nell, let me make sure I get Nell face.
I just shut down. This is a big day.
Let's get to Mel. I don't want to see this scene no more. I don't want to see you sobbing, of what Melody did or what Melody didn't do, because we already know when it comes to Melody, when it comes to this show, Melody comes across as a narcissist. She don't take no consideration unless the world is evolved around her. If the world is not evolved around Melody, trust me, she's not going to hear it. She's not going to hear it. And miss me with, oh, she's a scorpion. Nah. This is like I said, she think that the world is around her. So I'm getting tired of when it comes to Nell Fletcher, like when she see Melody, the stuff that Melody done to her, where it feel like she's about to just break down and cry, which I do understand, especially when you done things for people, people, you getting out of your house and going and let these people cry on your shoulder and they forget that you did anything for them. I understand. Trust me, do I understand? Do I understand those type of people? And I think that when it comes to Nell is hurt. You saying there saying, I didn't mentor you, or, I didn't, open up my doors, or, ran when you and Martell was going through things. But she don't have to explain herself because we already know it's caught. Some of the stuff is caught on camera. Some of the stuff is caught on camera. So she really don't even have to explain herself. All she have to do, just like they regurgitating all this old stuff going into the archives, all Nell have to do is play the scene when she threw a glass at Martell's head at her house. And it was told to me, once the cameras was off, it was even worse. So that's all she have to do. So let's go and play some more.
For me, with my own mother passing and won't be able to share this moment with me. And then my friend, because I tell everybody anyway, now we're associates, we ain't friends. With my friend feeling some type of way about me making a statement that I made and me owning up to it and you rattling off about.
And just look, I just hate that freaking smile. This woman is pouring her heart. And I think I showed this scene right here. But this woman is pouring out her heart. And when someone is pouring out their heart, and this is the look that I get, that's just to show you that person is not your friend. That's just to show you that person is not your friend. And that's why I say when it comes to Nell, you do not owe Melody anything. Because like Melody is not cutting those checks. Melody may have opened the door to help you get on, but I'm pretty sure that you opened many doors for Melody, whether it was on camera or behind the scene or in your personal life. I'm pretty sure, especially the house that's sitting on the mansion that most likely the Fletchers helped, get her in there. So I don't know why, Nell feels the way that she feels. Dust your feet and move on. Dust your feet and move on. Because Melody would never, ever take accountability because of the type of person that she is, okay? And that's real talk.
Why didn't rattle?
Well, you talking about me not being your mentor, and I was your mentor.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
It's like you play our relationship down, like you discredit me. You discredit the time that we spent together. I've stayed at your home, Martell's home, almost till the sun come up.
And you see, that's what I think. This is what I think. I see it so clear. And I promise you, I see it so clear. When I tell you guys something, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. Nell need to go ahead and use this as a storyline. All the stuff that she did for Melody and Martell. Hold on one second. Okay, thank you, checking your boo. She said we'll be shortly. Thank you very much. So yeah, I see it, guys. I see it clear as day. Instead of Nels going to Melody crying, give Melody a storyline right now. Nell has a storyline for Melody. Nell has a storyline for Melody. Now remember, you heard it from here first. Bring up all the stuff. If Melody refused to take accountability and give you credit where credit is due, all the times when you got out of your bed when your mother was sick and you went in to try to stop these people from tearing up each other, then what you do is start pulling out the receipts. Pull out the receipts. That's what she needs to do. Pull out the receipts. All the times when you went there and you broke up the fight between Melody and Martell, start talking about that. And I promise you, that'll shut that down right there and show who was the one that was the aggressive one. And we already know who the aggressive one was, okay? We already know who the aggressive one was, okay? So let's go ahead and play some more.
Never nice, even, and I don't want to keep making it about my mom, but that's how I took it. Like, you knew my mom was sick. Like, I would ask my sister to stay here. I got to go check on my friend. I felt your pain. I felt what you've been through. I had been through that, and I'm like, she needs me. She needs me, and this is where I wanted to be, and I was where I wanted to be. But you discredit the time that we spent together.
And the only reason why she's discrediting the time that Nell and Melody was together is because now she felt like she have arrived. She felt like, oh, Nell trying to tell me about my marriage when I'm about to pull up some stuff and some receipts when it comes to her marriage. That's all it is about. What they trying to do now is that they done went through everybody else's marriage. Because, you know, when it comes to these type of reality shows, they don't have marriages, especially when it comes to the black man and the black woman. They don't have that in, you know, they don't look at that as face value when it comes to marriages. They hate to see marriages. They hate to see male and female. But that's another story for another day. Okay. But I think that now what they're trying to do is they trying to pull up Nell and Chris Fletchers, the dirt on them. And most likely that's why when it comes to Nell and Chris, they went ahead and renewed their vows. So they're going to tell you whatever happened back then, trust me, we done renewed it. We done passed from death to life. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it's going to be about, okay? So let's go ahead and play some more.
I was your mentor. You played with that. I was your mentor. I've mentored to you several nights.
What I remember, honestly, you was hounding down on Martell. I looked at it more as us all being friends. If we put the word mentor on it, I would say mentor to Martell.
You see? So she still, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times that Nell went out there and, you know, got out of her bed, left her mother's side and went to Melanie. It was never enough because she just said it. What part that Nell does not receive? She just said, when you came, I always thought that, you know, you came for Martell. So quite obvious, whatever advice that Nell and Chris Fletcher was giving them, she didn't receive it. She didn't receive it. Because people that always plays the victim never receives it. And like I said there and say, guys, you know, hey, this is how I see it. I'm going to stand on my truth. But it's time for these people to move on. I understand these people are giving us a show. But it doesn't make no sense. If it don't fit, you got to quit, okay?
Because he was the one that y'all was checking.
You went through something.
I did.
And I was there, whether you want to call it friend, mentor. You actually used the word mentor to me. And I can receive that, and I appreciate that. You're not in that space anymore, and I'm glad you're not in that space anymore.
because she's not in that space anymore because she have arrived. That's why I sit there and say, some of these people, you just got to love them from a distance. You got to love them from a distance because once they get to that top, honey, they gonna forget. They will forget all about little old you until someone take them and shake them off of that ladder. That's the only way. So, guys, on that note, guys, you all be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. You know, like I said, this right here is what Marsau called reality TV fatigue. So that means that these lazy producers, these scripted drama shows, don't take it for face value. Don't take it for face value because it's all about almighty dollars. Almighty dollars. And on that note, guys, you all be blessed. And thank you for coming in. Thank you, mamas. Thank you for coming in, and you all be blessed. Okay. So on that note, I talk to you guys later.
Do it all